Welcome to all. This video lecture is for the benefit of third semester BCom of students of Mangalore University in the subject Financial Accounting 3. This video lecture is the initiative of Government of Karnataka, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education, Bangalore. Myself, Lokesh Nath B, Assistant Professor, Government First Grade College, Kapo, taking up the session numbered 46 in the unit Death of a Partner. In this particular session, we will be solving some problems which have appeared in the Mangalore University examination in the earlier years. So we will take up 3 problems which has appeared in the university examination. First, this particular question has appeared in the year 2015. I will be reading the problem first, then we will elaborate the problem. The problem is like this. Mohan, Sohan are partners in a business sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. Sohan died on 31st May 2015 and his executors are entitled to the following. A. His capital as on 31/3/2015 rupees 1 lakh. B. His salary for 2 months at rupees 15,000 per month. C. Interest on capital at 18% for 2 months. D. Goodwill of the entire firm rupees 50,000. E. Profit of the firm till the date of Sohan's death rupees 30,000. Prepare Sohan's executor's account. Now we will understand the problem. The information relevant for this particular problem, they have given that there are 2 partners, that is Mohan and Sean, and their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. Sohan, that is the second person, has died on 31st May 2015 and he is entitled to capital, a salary for 2 months. So they have given very clearly the last balance sheet is on 31/3/2015, whereas he died on 31st May 2015. That means he was alive for April and May. So only 2 months he was there, April and May. That means here they have clearly mentioned that it is 2 months. Then interest on capital at 18% per annum. So they have given 18% per annum. Goodwill of the entire firm. So in this problem, even the goodwill has been calculated and it is readily available in the problem. Only we have to find the share of the goodwill of the deceased partner. Profit of the firm till the date of death is also supplied in the problem. So all the information relevant is supplied in the problem. We have to directly solve the with the preparation of the Sohan's capital account. Now we'll prepare the Sohan's capital account. See, Sohan's capital account, first we have to write the by balance brought down. So balance is here in this problem, it is given as 1 lakh. So 1 lakh we will record on the credit side, 1 lakh. So it is by balance brought down 1 lakh. Then the second item is given in the problem is salary, that is 15,000 per month. So here he was alive only for 2 months, so 15,000 and 2 months, that is 30,000. So record it as by salary, on the credit side as by salary. Then it is given that interest on capital at 18% per annum. So calculate interest on capital on the opening balance of capital account, that is 1 lakh. 18% divided by 100. Then how many months he was alive? He was alive only for 2 months. So it is 2 by 12, that is 30,000. Then one more item is given is that goodwill of the entire firm was rupees 50,000. So record on the credit side, since there are only 2 partners here. So the goodwill by Mohan's capital account. Mohan's capital account, the total goodwill of the firm is 50,000. The share of the Sohan is 2 by 5. So 2 by 5, that means his old profit sharing ratio is 3:2, and the second person is deceased and his share will be 2 by 5. So it is 2 by 5. So on the credit side you write record by Mohan's capital account goodwill, that is 50,000 into 2 by 5, that is 20,000. Then it is said that profit of the firm till the date of Sohan's death is 30,000. So this is the profit for the 2 months of the entire firm. So we need to calculate only of the deceased partner. So this is 30,000 is of entire firm. So we need to calculate of the deceased partner. When we calculate 30 into 2 by 5, we get 12,000. So by profit and loss suspense account. So if you total the credit side, we get 1,65,000, and there are no other items on the like drawings and interest on drawings or any payment to the executors or deceased partners executors, or nothing is said that sort. So we balance it and transfer it to the Sohan's executors account. So we got the balance on the debit side. Now we'll go to the preparation of the Sohan's executor account. Since we got on the debit side, now we'll record on the credit side as by Sohan's capital account 1,65,000. There are no other balances. How it is paid is not mentioned in the problem. So we will be recording it as by balance carried down, or it is to be paid immediately because there are only 2 partners. The firm will not continue in the future, so it has to be paid. But what is the problem is here there is no cash balance is given. So since the cash balance is not given, we'll record it as to balance carried down 1,65,000. So this is how we have to solve this particular problem with the simple information. All the particulars have been readily available in the problem itself. Now we will take up the second problem which has appeared in the university examination in the year 2013. I will be reading the problem problem is like this. Usha, Nisha and Disha are in partnership sharing the profits equally. Disha died on 31/3/2012. The balance sheet of the firm as at 31/12/2011 was: on the liability side of the balance sheet, creditors 15,600, general reserve 6,000, investment provision 2,100, reserve for bad and doubtful debts 1,800, capitals Usha 30,000, Nisha 25,000, Disha 21,000. On the asset side, cash 4,000, debtors 18,000, stock 28,000, investment 8,000, freehold property 30,000, goodwill 13,500. Total on both the sides of the balance sheet is 1,01,500. And further information is provided. On the date of death, it was found that first one, freehold property was worth rupees 57,000. Second, debtors were all good. Third, stock to be valued at rupees 25,000. 4. Investment are valued at rupees 7,500 and were taken over by Usha. A liability for workmen compensation for rupees 3,000 was provided for. 6. Goodwill was to be valued at 1 year's purchase of the average profits of last 5 years. 7. Disha's share of profit up to the date of death was to be calculated on the basis of last year's profit. The profits for the last 5 years, 2011 rupees 12,000, 2010 rupees 10,000, 2009 rupees 8,000, 2008 rupees 12,500, 2007 rupees 11,500. Prepare the account for presentation to the executors of Disha. Now we'll understand the second problem, that is here there are 3 partners, that is Usha, Nisha and Disha. There are 3 partners, and very one information is that it is given as 1:1:1. So it is 1/3. Everybody's share is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Out of this, the last person, Disha, is died. So they have said Disha is deceased. So she deceased on 31/3/2012. Whereas the balance sheet date is 31/12/2011. That means she was for 3 months. So she was there for 3 months. So she 3 months she was alive. So it is the other information what is relevant for us is general reserve. General reserve, this 6,000 is to be distributed to the deceased partners. Then they have given the Disha's capital as 21,000. And cash is given as 4,000, debtors 18,000, stock 28, investment 8, freehold property 30,000. And here in the old balance sheet itself there is a goodwill. So here there is one item which we have not seen so far. The goodwill is appearing in the old balance sheet itself. Since it is appearing on the old balance sheet, it should be distributed, that is written off among all the partners in the old profit sharing ratio. Now what are the adjustments which are given? Freehold property was worth rupees 57,000. That means here freehold property is at 30,000. So they have given that freehold property is 30,000, but whereas here they say in the adjustment it is worth rupees 57,000. That means 57,000 minus 30,000. 57 is the value of the freehold property, but in asset side of the old balance sheet they have recorded it as 30,000. That means there is a difference of 27,000. So there is a difference of 20,000. This is a profit. So there is a revaluation of the asset. So this is a profit. There is a revaluation of the asset. The debtors were all good. That means there is no change in the debtors. Then but there is a RBD. That RBD is 1,800, but your debtors is considered as all good. So even though there is a provision, so that is a gain of 1,800. Then there is a stock. They have given in the old balance sheet, that is 28,000, but whereas in the adjustment stock is valued at only 25,000. That means there is a loss of 3,000. There is a loss of 3,000. So this is a loss. So we have a loss of 3,000. Then investment are valued at 7,500. Old value is 8,000, but it was taken only at 7,500. So there is a loss, and this were taken over by Usha. So there is a loss of 500. Then a liability for workmen compensation of rupees 3,000 was provided for. So there is a loss. Liability is provided, and we are creating liability. Then goodwill is to be valued 1 year purchase of the average profits of the last 5 years. Disha share of profit up to the date was to be calculated on the basis of the last year profit. The profits for the last 5 years they have given is 2011 12,000, 2010 10,000, 2009 8,000, 2008 12,500, and 2007 11,500. So while calculating for goodwill we need this 5 years profit, whereas while calculating for accrued profit we need the profit of only the last year. Last year, in the sense here last year is given in the beginning, that is 12,000. So we need the profit of the last year, that is 12,000. Before preparing the goodwill, now we'll prepare the revaluation account. So first here in the adjustment it is said that freehold property was worth rupees 57,000. So we said that 57,000, the old balance sheet it was given as 30,000. So 57,000 minus 30,000 is 27,000. So we'll record on the credit side because there is a increase in the value of an asset. Old value was 30,000 and new value is 57,000. So since there is a increase in the value of an asset, so that is to be recorded on the credit side. Then there is a debtors. Debtors here is considered all are good. So on the asset side there is a debtors of 18,000 and there is on the liability side there is a provision is made of 1,800. Now this provision is not required. That is what they are trying to say. Debtors are all considered good. So since the provision is not required now, so that is a gain of rupees 1800, since the provision is not required. So since provision is not required, the asset value will also increase. Then they have said about the stock. Stock is to be valued at 25,000, whereas the old value was at higher value, that is 28,000. So we have a reduction in the value of an asset. So there is a decrease in the value of an asset. So since the value of the asset old was 28, new was 25, we have a loss of 3,000. Then they have said about that investment was valued at 7,500. The old value of the investment is 8,000. So that means we have a loss of 500. But whereas on the liability side, they have given that there is an investment provision of 2,100. Now, since the investment is taken over by Usha at 7,500, there is no more need for keeping a provision on the investment. Since the investment provision is not required, it is a gain. So, investment provision of 2,100 is a gain. So, that is not required no more. But the investment is sold, it was worth rupees 8,000, whereas it was sold only for 7,500. So that means there is a loss of 500. So this loss is to be recorded. We made a profit. This is a loss of 500 is a loss, whereas we made a gain of 2,100. Why? Because there is no more requirement of a investment provision. So the gain of 2,100 is offset with the loss of 500. So the remaining gain will be only 1,600 and not 2,100. Then in the adjustment, they have said liability of workmen compensation is 3,000. This is to be brought into the liability side. So liability side, 3,000 is to be recorded on the debit side, because there is a loss of liability, that is liability increases. So that is a loss for the business. So since there is a liability increase, that is to be brought as 3,000 rupees. Now the remaining difference is, that is total on both the side is 30,400. 30,400 minus 6,000. 30,400 minus 6,000, that is so we will have 24,400. So this 24,400 is to be distributed in the old profit sharing ratio. Old profit sharing ratio is 1:1. So it is 1:1. That means it is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. If you divide 24,400 into 1/3, that we get 8,133, 8,133 and 8,134. Now this is to be transferred to the capital account of the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Now I will prepare as usual, the goodwill account. The goodwill here, how to find out? First, they have given instruction that goodwill is to be valued at 1 year purchase of the average profits of the last 5 years. So the last 5 years profit is 12,000, 10,000, 8,000, 12,500 and 11,500. So you add all these 5 years profit divided by 5. So we get 5 years, when we add 5 years profit, we get 54,000 divided by 5. So we get 10,800. Then in the problem they have given instruction that goodwill is to be valued at 1 year's purchase of the average profits of the last 5 years. So multiply into 1 time, that is 10,800. Now we are required to calculate the deceased partner share of goodwill. The deceased partner's share of goodwill can be calculated by multiplying into the deceased partner's share. So deceased partner share, here it is 1 by 3. So it is 1 by 3 means they are equally sharing the profit. So 1 by 3 it is 3,600. Now we got the 3,600 as the deceased partner's share of goodwill. Now that is to be distributed in the old profit sharing ratio of the deceased partner. So deceased partner's share is 1 by 3. That is they are sharing equally 1:1:1. That means it is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means it is the 1 by 3 equally means it is 1:1:1. So we get 3,600. Now this deceased partner share of the goodwill is to be adjusted in the old profit sharing ratio. So here the deceased partner is the last Disha. Disha is the last person. So last person share is 1:1:1. That means it is 1:1:1 means the last person is this one. So the remaining ratio is 1:1. So in this ratio it is to be distributed in the capital account. Then we have to calculate the accrued profit. Accrued profit, they have said instruction that it is to be based on the last year's profit. So carefully see, last year it is 2011. 2011 we have a profit of rupees 12,000. So 12,000 is the last year's profit, that is to recorded. They have not said the average profit, so only last year's profit. So estimated profit for the year. So he was alive only for 3 months. That is here the last balance sheet date is given as 31/12/2011, and he died on 31/3/2012. That means it is only for 3 months he was alive. So we have to calculate for 3 months, that is 3/12. So we get 3,000 as the estimated profits till the date of death. Now we have to calculate the deceased partner share of the accrued profit. So his share is 1:1:1. That means his share is 1 by 3. So we get 1,000 as the accrued profit. Now we'll prepare the capital account. So this is capital account. First we'll record the balance brought down. So if you see the problem, the opening balance of the Disha is 21,000. So it is 21,000. So record on the credit side as 21,000. Then on the balance sheet there is another item where is the general reserve that we have already marked as 6,000. So this 6,000 belongs to all the partner, that is to be distributed irrespective of any information is given in the problem. So 6,000 into his share, that is 1 by 3. Now we have prepared the revaluation account. Revaluation account, we got a profit for Disha. It is 8,134. We got the profit on the debit side of the revaluation account. Now we'll record on the credit side of the capital account of the deceased partner. That is, by revaluation account is 8,134. Now we have calculated the goodwill. Goodwill, we have said that it is to be adjusted in the capital. It is to be adjusted in the capitals of the partners, that is 3,600. So 3,600 is the capital goodwill we have calculated. So 3,600 into the gain ratio. Gain ratio is here the new ratio. Since new ratio is not given, so it is same as old ratio, that is 1:1. So it is 1:1. Among the two partners, remaining partner Usha and Nisha, the goodwill will be adjusted in the capital accounts as 1,800. Then we got the accrued profit calculation. We got the profit of 1,000, that is to be recorded on the credit side as 1,000 rupees on the credit side. It is by profit and loss suspense account 1,000. On the debit side, there is one item goodwill which is shown on the asset side of the old balance sheet. In the asset side of the old balance sheet, here we have already circled is 13,500. If the any goodwill exists in the old balance sheet, that should be written off immediately among all the partners. So 13,500 into old ratio. Remember, this is old ratio and not gain ratio. This is old ratio. It is to be distributed in the old ratio. When we distribute, we get 13,000 into 1:3. It is 4,500. Note that here we have to record only to goodwill, because already goodwill account is opened and goodwill is to be cancelled. But whereas here we are not going to open the goodwill account. We are not going to open the goodwill account. So that is why we have not recorded as by goodwill. So here we got 35,734 as the total. From that you minus 4,500. 35,734. Out of that you deduct 4,500. So from that, if you deduct 4,500, so then it means 31,234. So we get 31,234 to Disha's executors account. Now I will prepare the Disha's executors account. On the Disha's executors account, record on the credit side, since we got on the debit side, and the balance will be carried to new firm. So balance carried down 31,234. Now we will take up the third problem. Now we will be taking up the third problem. This problem has appeared in the Mangalore University examination in the year 2012. I will be reading the problem. Problem is like this. Shah Rukh, Aamir and Salman are the partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1 respectively. Their capitals as on 31st December 2011 stood as follows. Shah Rukh rupees 3 lakh, Aamir rupees 3,60,000, Salman rupees 2 lakh. On 31st March 2012, Shah Rukh died and his executors claimed the following. First one, allow interest on capital at the rate of 6% per annum. Second one, the firm had insured partners' life Sub individually, Shahrukh rupees 40,000, Aamir rupees 30,000 and Salman rupees 24,000. The surrender values of these policies on the date of death amounted to half of the sum assured. Third, Shahrukh's share of profit till the date of death is to be calculated on the basis of immediate previous year profit. Four, Shahrukh's share of goodwill is to be calculated on the basis of 2 years purchase of average profits of last 3 years. The profits for last 3 years were 2011 rupees 60,000, 2010 rupees 80,000, 2009 rupees 1 lakh. Fifth, Shahrukh's drawings till the date of death amounted to rupees 50,000. 6. Immediately on the date of death, rupees 2 lakh is to be paid to Shahrukh's executor and the balance is retained in the firm. Prepare Shahrukh's executor's account. Now we will understand the third problem, Shahrukh, Aamir and Salman. So these are the three partners. So Shahrukh, Aamir and Salman, their profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1. And the capitals they have given as on 31st December 2011, and it is said that Shahrukh is the deceased person. So Shahrukh is the first one. His capital is 3 lakhs. So the relevant information is Shahrukh's capital of rupees 3 lakh, and he died on 31st March 2012. That means only January, February and March. So only 3 months they were, this Shahrukh was alive. So only for 3 months. And interest is at the rate of 6%. Firm has insured the partner's life individually. Shahrukh, it is rupees 40,000, is the deceased person, so he will be entitled to receive the full amount, sum assured. Aamir is 30,000 and Salman is 24,000, and they will be surrendering their policy and they are going to get half. That means only 50% they are going to get. So Shahrukh's amount full the firm is going to receive, whereas from policy of the Aamir and Salman, since they are alive, we are going to receive only half of the sum assured. Then it is given Shahrukh's share of profit till the date of death is calculated on the basis of the immediate previous year. So immediate previous year's profit on that basis is to be calculated. Whereas goodwill is calculated the 2 years purchase, and the profit for the last 1, 2, 3. So they have given only for 3 years, and they have calculated on the basis of the average profits of the last 3 years. And the drawings till the date of death is 50,000, and immediately it is paid 2 lakh to the executor and balance is retained in the firm. First we will prepare the goodwill. For goodwill, instruction is given is 3 years profit, that is 60, 80 and 1 lakh. Add 3 years profit, 60, 80, 1 lakh. You get 2,40,000 divided by 3, you get 80,000 as the average profits of the 3 years, and which they are asked to calculate on the basis of 2 years purchase. So multiply into 2 times, that is 80,000 into 2. So we get 1,60,000 as the total goodwill of the entire firm. Now we need to prepare share of the deceased partner. For this is profit sharing ratio is required. So profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1, and in this problem it is said that Shahrukh is the first person, he is the deceased, so 3/6, that means 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6. So his old ratio is 3/6. So we get deceased partner share of goodwill is 80,000. And here gain ratio, again we frequently have said that gain ratio is calculated on a formula, that is gain ratio is equal to new ratio minus the old ratio, but here the new ratio is not given. So since it is not given, we have to assume that it was existed before the same ratio. The old ratio is 3:2:1. That means this deceased person is deceased, so the remaining ratio is 2:1 among the remaining partner, that is Amir and Salman. Now we'll calculate the accrued profit. Accrued profit, they have given instruction on the basis of the previous year's profit. So 3 years profit is given 11, 10 and 9. So that means previous year is 11. So in the year 11 the profit is 60,000. So 60,000 is the profit, and he was alive, as already said, is only for 3 months. So 3/12 is 1,50,000. Now the deceased partner share is 3/6, so that is 7,500. Now the insurance amount of Shahrukh, we are going to get the full amount. So Shahrukh's insurance policy amount sum assured is 40,000, whereas the other two partners, we are getting only half of their sum assured, that is 30,000 into half is 1,500, and 24,000 into half is 12,000. So totally we are going to get 60,000, 7,000 as the insurance amount. Now Shahrukh's capital on the old balance sheet, it is said that Shahrukh's capital is 3 lakh. So record on the credit side as 3 lakh. So on the credit side it is 3 lakh by balance brought down. Then the interest on capital is on 3 lakh. Rate is given 6%, and he was alive only for 3 months. So it is 4,500. Just now you have calculated 67,000 as the insurance amount. Record on the credit side as by life insurance policy, that is 67,000 is the entire firm's amount. We need to calculate only of the deceased person. Deceased person share in that 67,000 is 33,500. The goodwill is to be adjusted in the capital account of the remaining partner, and goodwill we calculated is 80,000. This 80,000 is to be shared in the gain ratio. Gain ratio we have calculated is 2:1. That means 2/3 and 1/3. So we get 53,300 and 26,667. And we have calculated the profit. We got 7,500. So record 7,500 on the credit side as by profit and loss suspense account. And in the problem there is a specific instruction that goodwill is to be drawing is there is a drawing of rupees 50,000. So that you record on the debit side as 50,000. Then in the problem they have given clear instruction that immediately pay rupees 2 lakh, but where is the amount they have not shown, but still there is instruction to pay 2 lakh. We are recording on the debit side as to bank 2 lakh rupees, and the remaining, the total is 4,25,500. Out of that, if you minus 2,50,000, we get so we get 2,50,000. That means 500. Then this is 25 and this is 2. No, that is wrongly calculated. So it is 12 by 12 minus 5. It is not 12. It is 12. That is 12, 5 is 7. And here 1 is already taken. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So it is 1,75,000. Now this balance is to be carried forward to executor's account. In the executor's account, we'll record on the credit side 1,75,500, and the remaining balance will carry to the balance sheet. With this, we also have solved the third problem. Now we have come to the end of this particular session numbered 46. In this session we have solved some of the problems which have appeared in the Mangalore University examination in the earlier years. I hope students have understood the solutions to the problems, and I hope students will solve such problems again and again by watching this particular video. I thank all the people for watching this particular video. Thank you one and all.